The watch sees all in Raphir.
This is the customs house. All your papers in order, then? Well, you'll need those to move your cargo. Say, you're not a merchant, are you? Or a sailor? Step outside and turn northwest. Those docks are open to merchants, which means, by and large, Varani. Where they come from, I don't know. But they come on boats, in all seasons, and with goods from all of Amalur. When an island is not an island, more crates of goods, soldiers' feet, and mages' robes cross this jut of rock than any other in the Feylands. There's a form for port of entry, 3 for the unloading of cargo, and 4 for loading a ship. And then the various writs of trade. Oh, so many forms. They just keep piling up. Then I get them muddled and Augusta scolds me, and I end up at the sea foam. All trade in and out of Raphir must pass through customs. And Lyria's tears, how much trade there is. We're buried in it. Can't miss her. She's the gnome right over there, shouting and making tallies from dawn until dusk. I don't know what you're talking about. And you don't either. Coming in here and saying that out loud in front of everyone. Lyria. Don't! Please, I've overheard them in the back. I've heard them go back there, to the little grill. They ask, what cost the lot by sea? And the answer is always, 5 and 9 by night. In the back, on my right. Remember, 5 and 9 by night. Why, the tavern around the corner. Always good cheer there, and never so many papers and crates as in the customs house. Back to these papers here.
Tell me, what cost the lot by sea? Something tells me you're that meddler. You don't belong here. Attack! City Watch, be on your way.
All your papers in order, then? Well, you'll need those to step outside and turn northwest. Where they come from, I don't know. But they come on boat when an island is not an island. There's so many forms. They just... Why, the tavern around the corner. Always good cheer there. And all trade in and out of Raphir must pass... Can't miss her. She's the gnome right over there. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't! Please, I've overheard them in the back. They ask, what cost the lot by sea? And the answer is always, 5 and 9 by night. In the back, on my right. Back to these papers here.
lost a lot by sea? I thought the meddler was taken care of along with the gnome. Go on. Horst will want to hear this. You gave the password. Go on.
Very heroic, my fine little war swan. You have tracked and fought your way to my very door, but the vault has been emptied and Lord Beeson has flown to Eamon's Isle. You don't even know, do you? Your own history. Well, let it stay buried. Out of your hands, out of mine, and in Beeson's. Fear not, the Farlangi shall bring a beauty terrible and sublime into the world. Now!
Aye, it was the third day then, and the ale had run dry.
May your stay in Rathia be pleasant. Varani men have such rude eyes.
These Alfar women, bewitching is what they are.
Get this. I wake up yesterday morning with the worst headache, no shirt, and a note that I'm fighting a duel. Me? Fighting a duel? Don't know how I got into it, but it's all rot unless I can find a second. Proud son of forested traders, my name is gold in every watering hole and board house in Rathia, and, well, I'm not really allowed out of Rathia. I swear I don't remember a thing. Apparently I challenged Dalton Ames, the war hero, over the honor of my sister. I do seem to remember him and his bulky arm sitting smugly in the sea foam, taunting me. You can't fight a duel without one. Now, you might be thinking, a popular fellow like Wayland, what trouble could he have finding a second? Well, turns out my friends are all drunken cowards. Look, You seem tough enough. Be my second, and I'll make it worth your while. Thank Lupoku. There is something else I should mention. There is no way in all Amalur I'll win this fight, so I've devised a plan. Before you go to Dalton, that's my opponent, find Gelfine in the Wending and ask for some rows of shadows. She'll know what you mean. Then go to the officers' hall in the burn and, on the sly, put some on Dalton's sword point when you inspect it. The way I see it, I'm doomed to end up in Mel Senshir, and I'd rather cut the nose off my face than live a soldier's life. I want some freedom, and you're going to help me, right? All in good time, my friend. All in good time. Surely you've heard of him. Back from Cluricon, and everyone's talking about his exploits on the battlefield. They used to talk about my exploits with Society Daughters, but... After you've got the rows of shadows from Gelfine in the Wending, you've got to talk to Dalton in the officers' hall. Tell him I'm ready. He'll show you his dueling sword. Dab a bit of the rows of shadows on it. Then come back to me. Now, time for my part in this business.
Excuse me, coming through.
You must be here about the notice. How do I know? Simple. No one but potential applicants will even speak to me. Must be because I reek of desperation, of one sending young souls off to certain doom. It is the hideaway of Dead Kell and his crew. The legends speak of it as a damned isle, a horrible scar on the face of the world. To be quite honest, no one is sure of its true location. For the best, I say. He is the scourge of the Frostbreak Sea, a terror who seems intent on sinking every ship we sail from Rathir or elsewhere. If only he'd stayed dead. It's the fierce, icy ocean north of the plains of Erethel, a busy place of trade and transport, and the occasional treachery. I have served the Alfar Merchant Navy since my youth, when I began my career as a deckhand on the good ship Steadfast. Well, once you hear the details, I'm sure you will lose interest. Everyone else does. We of the Alfar Merchant Navy wish to hire a representative to track and kill the notorious pirate Dead Kell and his crew of murderous hanged men. They had many names for him during the Middle Kingdoms era. Ghost of the Frostbreak, the Blood-Red Sail. Every captain and swab on the Frostbreak Sea feared for their lives when Kell raised his flag. Many widows were made in those days, my friend. Of course, that was centuries ago, before he was killed. Oh, yes. The Alfar Navy put an end to Dead Kell generations ago. They tracked him to his island hideaway and turned his ship to tinder. There were no survivors. Now you understand our predicament. Our shipping and transport lanes are a gauntlet. Dead Kell preys on our ships like scabs feast on the dying. We are helpless against him. We're losing 1 in 5 vessels departing from Rathir. Good sailors gone. Vital supplies sent to the depths. This must end now. You will? Truly? I must admit I did not anticipate this development. Here is your payment. It is made in good faith. Once you've made your preparations, report to Captain Rask Bratigan in the Keys. She will be your escort. Rast is a good and loyal companion, and a competent sailor, despite what they say. May Lyria protect you, and may her breath ever be at your back. Good luck. She is the only captain willing to pursue dead Kell into the mists of the Frostbreak Sea. Perhaps it is her courage, her skill, her determination. No, that's not it. Rast is a good woman, but unaware of her own faults, of which there are many. They don't call her the worst sailor alive for nothing. Nothing causes a captain and crew more grief than those little blue beasts. Their poisonous secretions can eat through a new hull in a matter of days. They're not native to this region, but they stow away in the shadowy holes of ships sailing up from the north. They are Dead Kell's legendary crew, a trio of villains so sinister that their names sink the heart of every sailor. But I won't tell you any more. No, you don't need anything else to stoke your worry. She perches along the pier like a seabird, never venturing far from her ship, the Calamity. Trust Rast.
What can I get you, love?
You're not from the Scholia Arcana, are you? If they don't want my company, I certainly don't want theirs. If you're not one of them, well, you're welcome to join me. I'm enjoying the ale and cheer and no bloody spells or mysteries. Those cowards dismissed me. Afraid of me. Afraid of how difficult it'd be to train me. One thing I've learned. The ladies here are like the Spire. Breathtakingly beautiful and completely unassailable. Especially to a failure like me. What is this? Ah, it was only a matter of time before the army found me out. Just my luck. This calls for another drink. I'll have to pack my things. Ah, Alison. How do I tell my sister? Where will she live? How will she live? Let them sleep in their lofty towers. I'm headed for a real life, not sitting in front of books all day and being condescended to. Army wages can pay for Alison now, but I'm leaving her. I'll send money. I hope she doesn't end up in the Wending. Rove, another ale. Make that 2.
What can I do for you today, stranger? I'm happy to help however I can. It grows on you. Give yourself a little time. It won't be long until you feel right at home. Take a look and let me know if you'd like... purchase anything.
A drink? Plate of roast?
A drink? A plate of roast? Forgive our suspicion. It has not been safe for we sparrows of late. Rag pickers, urchins, scamps. Call us what you like. We too have a place, and it is here. I look after my little birds, speak for them, and see to the finding and picking through all of what Rathir discards. Rathir is like a great stone tree, with mages in its boughs, bright ships in its shade. We sparrows nestle in its roots, as loved by Lyria as any other. All that Rathir does not need or want, the gold chain broken, the tailor's scraps, old ship casks, we sparrows gather up. We bring it here. We sort and mend and sell it new for meager coins as we can. And that is how we live. The sparrows are being hunted, one by one, hunted and killed, and we can learn nothing of our killer or the cause. Please, would you go to the City Watch and ask for their help? You can travel Rathir without fear for your life. We no longer can. None that would hunt us down and kill us. Not within Rathir. I am sure of that much. If they know nothing and cannot help us, then no one can. Lunala bless you. The captain of the watch is Area Talabor. He's a good man of spotless reputation. Speak to him. Above the tunnels, just beyond the wending, you will see guards flanking the door. Speak to Captain Talabor.
They won't have to kill us. If we all stay down...
It's been safe down here.
So they won't have to. We all stay down here to
Don't like what you hear? The strong seldom do. This city is not our city. We are the mice beneath its floors. This city is not our city. We are the mice. We are cattle, herded by Lyria's favorites. Caged, harried, and starved. I have seen the truth, and I will speak it aloud. She's the goddess of the strong, the fortunate, the magic blessed. She's no goddess of ours.
If it's cards you're looking for, you'll find guests by the time.
Yeah? Well, outsider, buy or sell? I don't mind where you got anything. I don't ask. And don't you go minding where these came from. It's buy, sell, or leave. You go and wrinkle your nose at our caves and our tatters. At least I'm Ratheri, and no rotten outsider. What? Don't look at me like that. I don't like to be looked at. Lyria, don't say it so loud. Someone could hear. All right, it's yours, if you can pay the price. Remember, I never saw this. Or you. You got what you came for. Now go! Get away from me with that.
Slippery.
That man stands in
Them that can't sleep in houses, sleep in caves.
Hello, topsider.
Wow, you're fierce.
Hello, topsider.
This is the City Watch.
The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught cutting purses there.
A captain of the watch never rests, but you've caught me at a good time. If I can do anything for you, simply ask. Yes, I know of them. Rag pickers, orphans, denizens of the Wending. A grand and venerable city, is it not? Like none other. So many marvels, such great citizens. We see that order is kept and law-breaking does not pass unnoticed. If I may say so, we are very good. You will find no crime on the streets of our city, I assure you. Sparrows? Murdered? I see. I'm so glad you've come to me before this went any further. As it happens, an old enemy of theirs has returned to Rathir. Dunn. Orwin Dunn, spotted on the quays. I have no guards to spare, but if you went now, found him, brought him in for questioning, Dunn could be found guilty. We have heard that he was spotted on the quays, snuck in aboard a merchant ship, most likely. A patrol of the watch will be sent after him, but if you were to go before, find him, prevent his escape, that would be well.
City Watch, be on your way. Move along!
City Watch.
Beeson. The Beeson. If it's true he's gone to Eamon's Isle, we must follow immediately. I know a ship's captain here in the city. Hopefully Captain Gonthorm isn't already hired. Take this, a token from Delfric himself. We should send word of our discoveries to him immediately. I wish my searchers turned up half as much as yours. These mages call themselves Farlongi. but no one has ever heard of them. Half of those I spoke to hadn't heard of what happened at Brigand Hall, and they, if anyone, should have. They're supposed to watch for such things. Beeson has cloaked his actions well. I have wondered about them since we last spoke. They take the name from the legendary mage Farlong, but I do not know why. Any time she was not on duty, she spent among our histories and our ancient sites. I learned from her what the Warsworn were, and the things we lost. But she never found the secret she was looking for. I know only his name as a foe of Aegon, son of Aemon, and I know the histories well. It was built in the time of the First Sworn. No Niskaric artifacts are stored there, but if the accounts are true, much of our early wisdom was kept in the Stronghold's chapel. The founders of our order long ago, they amassed great knowledge about fighting Niskaru, nearly all lost and forgotten. Some say he is a match for Calidus and that he sits on the Orbicant. Either way, he's a mage of considerable power. If he's behind all of this, then I fear this is only the beginning. As soon as a ship can be chartered, yes. Search for Captain Gonthorm on the docks. If he has a ship free, I believe he will take us. You, bring word to Ancient Delphric. Now, let's get to the keys.
Well, hello there, stranger. Grab a mug and have a drink if you want. I don't own the place, but I know the drink is good. After all, I brought it here. I've been a wine merchant for several years, sailing up and down the coast to find the best vintages. But I don't need to do that anymore, now that I've got the chalice. The city has seen better times, and it's been frantic here ever since the war touched down into Willy. But I love it all the same. Isn't it a grand thing? Takes whatever swill I want and turns it into the sweetest summer wine. I'll be the richest wine merchant in Rathir. I was wondering when word would get out that I had the bauble. Just recently came to it. But I'm afraid I can't give it over, stranger. It's not for sale.
Guards! Guards!
There's the criminal.
You there! Halt! Going to make trouble, are... Die, villain!
Trading's done in the Prairie.
Welcome. Relax.
Well, hello there, stranger. I don't own the place, but I know I've been a wine... But I don't need to do that. The city has seen better times. And isn't it, I'll be the richest wine merchant. But I'm afraid I can't give it over, stranger.
Guards! Guards!
You there! Halt! Going to make... Die, villain!
Yes? I have a moment I can spare for you. Stay safe.
See Nanny for alchemical goods.
May I help you? Be safe.
I'm exhausted.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
City Watch never rests.
Sparrows send a hound out to the piers, and of course, now we're right where he wants the both of us, you and I. You think I'd just waltz back into Rathir like that? No, he lured me here to take the blame for the murders. That's what he did. Why, the captain of the watch. The one that's been snuffing out those sparrows. He likely sent you here himself. Got you out of the way so he could go and slaughter the last of them, leisure-like. Clever bastard he is. Read the writing on the wall, mate. And if you weren't such a fool, you'd have left those sorry rag pickers to die in peace. Oh, I'd spit on their sorry graves for what they've done to me. But not enough to show our faces in Rathir. We're not that mad. Oh, ho, ho. Now you see, that I cannot allow. Talibor is going to pin the murders on one of us, and it'll be the one who's dead. And that would be you. You're not going anywhere.
Prepare to die!
Stand aside.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
Stand aside.
Welcome to the Wending, mate. I'm sorry it's come to that, but here we are, eh? Make no mistake, for the likes of me, it's warm and welcome. Gelfine buys and sells what you please. Kest deals the cards, sparrows come and go. And the watch come through seldom to never, which is how we like it. Where you go when you can't find gold for a Pryderi garret or a bunk in the quays, nor get work in a servant's quarters up in some great house. If you're able, you sleep in a ramshackle house. If you can't, you sleep in the tunnels among the mice and candles and rags. Rathir. Some say it runs near as deep as it runs high. What I do know is the spire top's full of light and magic and wealth. Down here, shadows and rags and one daft old mage named Faldron Afari. What's this, eh? Time to serve? Well, I always knew it might come. Not sure what they want with a poor Runir Western like me, but I'll go. I'll go. Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up Spire Top. Then a spell went wrong, or his lover fell to her death. Whatever it was, broke him it did.
Miss the sunlight.
Lot of miserable rag pickers. You're the one. Do you know what you've done? A decoy, really. Arranged long before you got into this. I needed someone to blame. What? And you didn't murder Dunn? We've all got blood on our hands. We all protect our hides when we must. I couldn't have this waif and her lot telling what they'd found. Which is why it's so good that you came. I'll blame their murder on you. Say you died in the struggle.
He is dead. It is over now, thanks to you. And to think I only learned the cause of all this nightmare moments before he arrived. I was done with waiting. I had to do something, so I did what I know. I began sorting the piles of salvage, and that's when I found the cause. To hide his crimes, he was selling prisoners as slaves, smuggling them out to merchant ships in the dark of night. One of the boats wrecked and sank beneath the quays. That boat held slaves and gold, and had Talibor's name all over it. Before he could clear the wreckage, we took our pickings. We had his secret. He was willing to kill to save his name. As long as one other sparrow survives, I will be there to help keep this nest and shelter. In past times, we shared freely with the Watch, as we once did with the Dunman, but no longer. We will look after ourselves now. Defend ourselves now. Yes, I think that's best.
Back to work.
I've got things. Things you'll not find uptown.
Them that can't sleep. City watch. Be on your way.
A prayer for our troops.
Don't bother me. I'm waiting for a passenger, some suicidal idiot. Can't be caught chatting. I want to make a good impression. Bye-bye! You're back! Bye-bye!
My ship is free, and its course is yours to plot, my friends. Were it not war-sworn asking, I wouldn't sail such treacherous northern waters or set foot on an island so long forsaken. But for you, I'll go. I'll go. Some years back, I caught the eye of a pirate lord named Daries. Nearly burned, murdered, and thieved me out of business. I called on the war-sworn, and it took but 3 of them to hunt down Daries, recover my cargo, and save my hide. The Stalwart, she's called. A worthy vessel. You'll find no taverns with warm fires or feather beds on that rock. Stones and bones and rot is all. Captain, trader, and a friend of the Warsworn at your service. Whenever you wish it, friends, you need but give the word. Then climb aboard. The seas may be rough, but you and your comrade need not fear. You're in able hands.
Look, that's the fortress over there. I wonder what will we find, and what Beeson has already found. So much majesty, though now in ruins. Imagine what it must have been when all of this was glorious and new. I fear that he's already come and gone, and we still don't know what he wanted here. We must find our way into the fortress. I'm certain that's where they'll be. So this is it. Eamon's Isle. These were once awesome towers and ramparts. Atop each, a banner snapping in the breeze. Imagine, Kerwin, fair and mighty, stood there and gazed out on the ocean. about it all. More Forlongi. I think they've seen us. Why did Beeson come here, I wonder? What was he after? My mother was here, long ago. She saw many ancient places in her time. What did my mother find when she was here? She was seeking cures, answers. Nothing that Beeson would want. Signs of why Beeson came here. Any clue as to his plans. From what I've heard and read, if there is anything of value left here, we'll find it in the chapel. First the ancient vault, and now here. But what do they hope to find? There are no relics here, only lost knowledge. Maybe knowledge more powerful than any relic. We should be close to the chapel now. Look, the chapel of the First Sworn. Look out! That mural. I need a closer look. If I'm not mistaken... This is it. All Beeson's plans, written here in our own recorded history. The mural tells of the mage Farlong, who sought to make himself a king of Niskaru, and how Aegon thwarted him. Beeson thinks he will succeed where Farlong failed. And he just might. Because he could not learn what he needed to know anywhere else. Everything he needs is written here, down to the last detail. Beeson's minions call themselves Farlongir. As Beeson does now, the mage Farlong gathered cursed artifacts and used them to raise a host of lesser Niskaru. Do you see? Beeson follows Farlong's path at every step. I think we must. Farlong tried to free a Niskaru lord from its mountain prison. With such power behind him, he would have been unstoppable. As Beeson seeks to mimic Farlong, so we must match Eamon and stop him. A chaotic being of immense power. If it were loosed upon the world... But it must not. It mustn't. Yes, he did. The Mystic Hammer, forged by Eamon for the hands of his son Aegon. It alone could halt Farlong's spell and restore the Niskaru Lord to his prison. I know of it, but not its location. But Delphric may be able to help with that. Return to Shieldring Keep. I will travel to Ironfast Keep in Detir and learn all I can. Meet me there. It seems he was a prince whose father squandered and lost his kingdom. He was raised, hunted, and a beggar. Then he found the Niskaru Lord Kamazandu in its mountain prison. It whispered to him, said it could help him win back his birthright. That's how it began. In truth, it's as much library as chapel, a place of memory. My mother, she described it so vividly. We didn't find him here, but we did, I think, find something he doesn't want us to know. Pray Mitharu we did not learn it too late. The Mystic Hammer is among the few ancient relics named in our records. I am sure. Go to Shieldring Keep, where ancient Delphric can help you find it. I will be at Ironfast, learning what I can. When you have the hammer, find me there.
There you are. Is it time to return? There was no place safe for landing but here, I'm afraid. And that's a certain thing then, is it? I think we'll not see this scrap of shore again once we go. Off we go then.
Not a finer city in Amalur.
You look like you've traveled far, but not farther than my wares. It's my brothers that ply the seas and bring me goods to trade. When I tire of Rathir, I'll wait till they return and back upon the foam. The goods here you'll not find the likes of anywhere else. Not without braving the raging seas, at least. Not a bad sight from the bow of your ship, although I've never become accustomed to the strange ways of these southern Alfar. Darkelfar, whatever you like to call them, like and unlike to their sisters in the north. Loselfar, that is. Safe travels.
Eh? You're back! Bloodgrin, the Whispering Witch, and the Baronet. Oh, fiends and killers, all of them. They give sailors a bad name. In my experience, islands are places you visit in order to escape torment and certain death. Ugh, Gallows End is one destination I will avoid on future voyages. Unless I crash there, of course. He's as elusive as a north wind, a phantom with a skull for a face and fins for feet. Every sailor yearns for the chance to face dead Kel. He and his hangmen go where they please, masters of the Frostbreak. I captained my first ship when I was no bigger than my papa's knee, and promptly crashed it into the dock, sinking 3 vessels with 1 wreck. It was then that I knew my destiny was to be a sailor. From that day forward, I spent my life on the water. 20 ships in 20 years. It must be some kind of record. Watch for pickpockets.
Well,
You're back! Well, tie me up and drag me under. So you're the one the Navy's hooked into finding Gallows End and killing dead Kel. It's suicide! Really? Ask the others. Oh, wait. You can't. But don't worry about them. Like my mother said, don't weep for the fallen. Even if they could hear you, they wouldn't care. You know, the other applicants. Dead. All of them. All of the ones they found, that is. Plenty of others just vanished. One poor fellow was found cut into teeny tiny pieces. They needed a bucket to pull all of him from the surf. But don't you worry, we'll have a fine voyage. He's the worst of the worst. A villain who truly enjoys the pain he inflicts. He's a slippery one, though. Not even death can catch dead Kel. I'd love to be the one to bring him in. Maybe then I'd finally get some respect. It is the mysterious island fortress of dead Kel and his crew. Why? Do you know how to get there? Because I have no idea. I was hoping to figure it out as we go, but I'm starting to wonder if that's a good idea. Flattery will get you nowhere, unless I've had too much to drink. Then I'm afraid to say it'll get you all sorts of strange places. I shall not elaborate. Tari and I are ready when you are. Only what you want with you in case of an emergency. There aren't many merchants where we're headed. He's the fine first mate on the ground next to me. Words aren't his strength, although I'd be pressed to say what is exactly. I found him after I was forced to maroon my last first mate on a desert island. That man became obsessed with me, probably because we had sex. A lot. Seeing as I don't believe in navigation, I'd have to say no. Not at the moment. Not to worry. Once you've wrecked enough ships, you get the hang of it. Take all the time you need. Tari and I will be here. Watch for pickpockets.
That means we look out for you.
Yes?
As soon as I received news of your discoveries, I learned whatever I could of the Alfar Lord, Anru Beeson. He is indeed a powerful man, a member of the Orbakant, or he was, until he proposed using Niskaro in the war. He was laughed off the council, and then vanished, taking some of Rathier's most powerful mages with him. What we are, what we once were, does nothing lie still in this world. We have our honor and our swords. Let us cling to that. Trapped within a mountain? Can we be certain this isn't merely an old legend? But can we afford to take the chance? Sir Beeson somehow learned of this forgotten story and the mural depicting it on Eamon's Isle. Devious. Very devious. Beeson was among the powerful of Rathir before the power of Niskaru turned his head. If anyone can complete Farlong's work, it is Beeson. Yes, I see. It should be in Aegon's tomb. Alas, pledge shield, none below Oathblade are permitted inside our sacred places. But this is easily solved. For your valor and honor, in the name of the First Sworn, I bestow upon you the rank of Oathblade. Take this as a token of the honor. Now, the tomb lies just south of Ulcerund. It opens only with this key. Proceed to Ironfast once you have the hammer. It is a curious fact. For her father, Aegon, Cerwyn built a grave fit for a king, while both she and Aemon, her father's father, vanished into the east and were lost to us. So many mysteries surround the founder of our order. Where he learned the secrets of forging and fighting, how he originally came to the Phalanx, where he went alone in his last days, traveling east beyond Cluracon's eastern mountains. Ordinarily, the rank is reserved for proven veterans of the field. There is also usually a ceremony, but that will have to wait, I'm afraid. The accounts say it was crafted for Aegon himself. None other has ever wielded it, and I'm not sure any other can. It may be for nothing, but I suppose it is the only hope we have. She died by treachery in Cluracon long ago. Cursed rings turned her comrades against her, and with her death, it is said, the age of the First Sworn came to an end. In a narrow pass just south of Ulcerund, into Tyr, the key I gave you unlocks its doors and many of our other monuments and historical places. Once you have the hammer, proceed to meet Gwyn Anway at Ironfast Keep in Menethir. And by the First Sworn, may you know victory.
War Swan.
Sworn to war?
Commissary? Need gauntlets or a fine sword? War Swan?
Sure, I'm proud. Aren't I war sworn?
Hello there. Step right up and allow yourself the pleasure of my company. I am the great Oleander Sinclair, alchemist virtuoso. Today only I am offering the people of Yolvan a special... What am I offering? Blast! The potion's wearing off. Yes, Yolvan. Quite appealing. You should visit. Where is Yolvan again? Not my first choice of campsites, but better than the alternatives. I'll gladly take war-sworn swine over giant spiders. Wouldn't anyone? You like that head of yours? Well, if you do, I'd advise you stay here in the north. You could end up like those in Canarok. Poor souls are spider snacks. They don't like me. Because they're brutes, I'd wager. Or because I stole from their treasure hoard. That's probably the reason. Castellantine Delphric wants to lock me up. Me, Oleander Sinclair. Did I mention that he's famous? That I'm famous? I'm Oleander Sinclair. The worst of the worst, that one. Honourable, proven, courageous. Who could ever be proud of such qualities? Beautiful woman. Ravishing. In fact, I made clear my intentions to woo her. She made clear her intentions to break my nose. Surely you've heard of him. The most famous travelling potion salesman what ever lived. The guy I landed on and killed. Knew him, did you? I mean, I'm him. That's me, Oleander. In their prime, they were silk farmers, but now the village is a ruin. You can go and see for yourself. I wouldn't advise it, though. You know, a person who makes potions from things like fungal spores and droppings. A person like me. A virtue... What? Perhaps you should use words people actually understand. Someone here is looking mighty foolish right now. It's me. I'm the one looking foolish. A potion. His potion, I mean. Oleander Sinclair. See, I'm not really him. He being a dead guy I found in a mine nearby. Landed on, really, but he was already dead. Maybe I took his coin and drank one of his potions. That's when things got strange. I could make potions? Tonics, cordials, restoratives. Turns out I really like alchemy, but the potion's effects are fading. Will you help me make another? Let's just say before I became Oleander Sinclair, I was less a travelling alchemist and more of a robber of travelling alchemists and other people. I don't recall the potion's name. No surprise, I can't even remember my own name. That's the price you pay for being for being a liar. Those war-sworn curs likely have one in their keep. Not sure. They won't let me in. On account of my being a liar. You could make the potion using the proper reagents, but that would require work. We've got to hurry, though, because I'm getting dumber by the moment. Scour the keep and you'll find something useful. You wouldn't believe what those Warsworn are hoarding in there. I think there are 2 ingredients that go to the potion. The potion that makes you better at making potions. Ember Eyes and Sky Blossom, reagents you can find hereabouts. With them, I can make the potion I need. They're seeds that smoulder with the heat of a sun-baked stone. Amazing. I have no idea how I know that. Yes, they are very lovely. Flowers they are. Pretty flowers. Listen, I just want the potion. Wait. What do I want with the potion? It's called that because the white pattern on its blue petals look like clouds in the sky on a summer day. Yeah, that sounds right. Bet it grows around here somewhere. In the forest, I'd wager gold on it. Probably in the ground. Try the ground. Please hurry.
Sworn to war? I've heard a lot about you of late.
Don't tell me. Yes, that's it. We've met before. We have. Right here in... Where are we again? Blast! Hope this works. Bottoms up, mate. I think it's working. Indubitably. Plethora. Effulgent. There it is. Now I should be able to brew up anything I need in no time. As agreed, here's your payment. You're a real lifesaver. Not sure if I'll ever quite remember who I am, where I'm from. Probably for the best. Didn't like that fellow. Me. I like to wander. Most in Yolven do. It's a crossroads, really. The place between where you are and wherever you mean to be. A word of warning. Avoid the southern road into Webwood. Spiders as big as a man down there.
taken by the Fae! We were just trying to pass through to the Red Marches when Amalur became ill. We had stopped so he could catch his breath when the Fae came storming out of their ruin. They took him past the barrier to the south, and I haven't seen him since.
I'm a seamstress, an excellent one. Lot of good it's doing me right now.
Please, my husband needs help. I can't bear to think about what the Fae are doing to him in there.
I hardly know where we are, let alone what this place is. I just want my husband back. I've heard that these wilds are the last place in Detir to find the Fae undisturbed. They took him to a ruin beyond that fork in the road. I tried to stop them, but they won't release him until the curse is removed. I have no idea what they're speaking of. Please, help us! Thank you so much. The Fae took him through the narrow pass nearby.